So we're here filming another episode of Kitchen Side, and we're talking about finding, vetting, and hiring freelance writers. This is going to be talked about with Allie, who is head of content at Omniscient, and then co-founder Alex Burkett. So first, let's talk about how and why having freelancers can help ramp up content production. How does that work?
Yeah, I can take this. Off the top of my head, I think that hiring freelancers can help with content production for just endless reasons. But my favorite ones are to be able to increase like production cadence, so get more out faster without having to personally churn. I like that working with a variety of people can bring in all kinds of experiences, points of view. Like you can make sure to feature people with different experience levels and different creative ideas of how to either approach a topic, approach a keyword, or maybe feature your product or your brand in that piece. And then personally, I like it because I can focus on other things. I don't always have to be writing all the time, even though that is what I love. It can get tiring when you have just a wealth of other responsibilities.
Sure. Yeah, makes sense. What about you, Alex?
I'll echo the same things essentially, and give examples. When I was at CXL, I hired freelancers, not because I needed the extra resources, although that did help too, because then I could write fewer pieces and I could go update older content or like do other parts of my job, like experimentation. But I like that part because I could get experts in their given niches. Yeah. So I could get freelancers who focused on e-commerce, on analytics, on, their specific field. So I wouldn't have to like dive deeply into every single area. And I would get like unique, diverse, interesting thought pieces. Yeah. But more so, I think the more important thing is just like the resource constraints and like ramping up your content production. Every company is going to have to deal with that no matter what size, whether it's like Intercom, HubSpot, Unbounce level, or whether it's a small startup or even a solo blog. In fact, I'm going through this right now because I run an agency, a content agency, and have a job. And I'm also trying to write content for my own personal website, which gets decent traffic and has been like a huge leverage for me. But I just don't have the time that I want to spend writing for my own site. If I had more time, potentially I would just do it all myself. And I'm still going to write an article or so a month myself. But at a certain point, I'm like, I got to hire some freelancers for this. If I want to actually like make this into something, if I want to like build a traffic base, if I want to like bring visitors to the site, I have to hire freelancers. So I basically did it out of the necessity of simply not having the resources myself or the time myself.
Yeah. So would you say that that's one of the pros of having freelancers versus having them in-house would be getting varied types of writers, like in all different kinds of styles? Would that be one good thing about a freelancer?
Yeah, I definitely think like freelance writers specifically, you can tap on a bunch of different types of knowledge and experience levels without having to like hire all of them, especially for teams with smaller budgets, or maybe their content projects are I don't want to say temporary, but they're just like a short-term project versus like a long-term play. Yeah. It may make sense to, bring on a bunch of freelancers instead of hiring a bunch of people. I also think that just depending on the content type project, freelancers can be better at it than you can, and that's okay. In my job right now, I have a limited scope of knowledge on the subject matter that we're writing about, but I don't want that to hold back the entire progress of our content marketing. So instead of me taking the time to try to basically learn something new, I can flex my content marketing knowledge and hire folks who have that knowledge to contribute pieces that, tap into our audience and connect with our target readers. So I think that, that's definitely a pro of working with freelancers is you have a lot of flexibility, a lot of folks to tap on depending on what you need and if you can do it yourself.
Hello, this is Alex Burkett, the co-founder of Omniscient Digital and hopefully prolific YouTube creator at this point. I am grateful that you've watched this video. You've made it to the end, and I just have an ask for you, which is I love to be in more of a bi-directional conversation, if you will. It's fun producing content, but it's more fun getting your responses. So if you found anything disagreeable, controversial, contrarian, if you have opinions that you don't agree with, please let us know in the comments and we'll hash that out. If you have recommendations for people to interview or topics to cover, anything you want to learn about SEO and content marketing, we want your feedback. basically join us in conversation. Thank you.